convinced by the Rakan the first time we saw it, as were a lot of people not very convinced. And last pick here going to be
more than that. That's what Kingzone would prefer. Is here is Cuz.
They saw him on the ward, but he's still going to go down to the stun here. Has to flash to get away. Rascal under the turret. Oh no! Just barely in range.
Potential. Pre-1 item for Akali without some cover.
So, Pawn running on in, and now Cuz with no flash is going to be kicked away to safety, and here comes the whole bot lane as Kai'Sa's getting in there onto the Lee Sin. They got the slow here, too, on a Showmaker who's also going to go down, and Kingzone with the big time to
throw system damage. So like you say, it was all a clever ruse, and Kingzone come away with the first
Nuguri, but the Shuriken will not miss. Still gonna get on in there with that stun. Nuguri does have his flash, but in goes Rascal with the first part of that ultimate. Gonna get on top of Nuguri, but there he goes with the flash, waiting until the last moment, and that is gonna bait on in Rascal, who does go down.
He's actually Damwon gaming side as here comes Sion.
Drifting on in from the top lane, and that means you're gonna be stunned up the entire time. Nice follow-up from Kingzone after Nuguri uses his flash. Might not amount to the same amount of gold you're gonna get from an Infernal Drake towards the end of the game, and so they pick it up very easily. Looking to potentially get back in. There's the Lissandra. Gonna get that ultimate down. But where's the follow-up damage? Big Sion stun onto 3 members. Here's Nuguri from the top side. Wants to take out Deft, and he will. And it might just be 3 deaths here on the side of Kingzone as Sion here, Pawn, also gonna go down a double kill to Nuclear as they pick
up as Nuguri's in trouble.
Yeah, might be looking like he's dead here. The TP is going to come in, but it will be responded to as Sion is tanking everything up, and he finally goes down. Cuz too underneath that one, but the rest of Kingzone trying to get on in and take them all out, and that they will. They're chasing the Lissandra.
The Canyon stayed topside through all of this. The only person on that side of the map, so 2 for 2 with Canyon pushing in. Still very decent for the side of Damwon Game.
Looks like we missed the Lissandra going down, but it was just being chased, and as you mentioned, should be potentially the turret up here on the top side if Canyon does stick around. That he will.
It's not as punishing as Tarzan when he was able to get 2 turrets topside on Xinjiao in the first week of the season. Shot is going to miss. It's always going to be maximum amount of turret shots here because of his position. You cannot juke away from those and actually get one of them to pop by the end. Showmaker chase down does eventually die.
On live, too, we just got Canyon going. And so they will just continue going in as Nuguri is on vision. And, well, you can see you later to your life now as the victor will die once again. This is just the same.
Marin played teamfight tanks and teamfight mages. He played Kennen, he played Rumble, he played Maokai, he played those tanks. If you're going to hit the side lane on carries and overextend, you just die. And it's not like you can TP and make teamfights happen on command with Victor. That's not how it works. So right now, Damwon aren't actually getting other parts of the map, and he's on a farm-intensive champion. So it feels like Damwon are just paying the price for a top laner who fancies himself a carry in a team that right now isn't able to facilitate his penchant to overextend.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if they could make something of it on the map, if Damwon could somehow play around that or respond to it as it's happening, survive in the fight, especially if you have any AP in your kit to have it make sense. That stasis, very, very common.
Annoying chip damage and AoE control after a fight starts, but definitely a different school of thought to someone like Sword and the top lane Sion plays, and not even the...
Nobody is going to overcommit.
But remember, Kingzone is now exhausted out of vision, and Lissandra has TP topside.
Yeah, they get that slow down onto Cuz with the stun. Showmaker once again here is going to get the multi-man root, and Tucson just disappears before he can really make anything happen. Rascal in the front line trying to break down Canyon. And Victor, by the way, guys, isn't even here as the fight does go the way of Damwon Gaming, 4v5 essentially. And
this
he
is
might even get a turret.
This is played at the exact perfect time for Damwon because Kingzone don't have any wards to put down. They have no vision. They're low health bars. They're going to try and TP and make something happen. But it's going to be hard.
It's going to be really hard now because it's 5v4. At least Canyon is a little bit
Canyon's
low.
low, too.
Yeah. Gonna get the knock up here on a Hoyt, and Pawn is a big tanky boy. Cuz in the front line, trying to get away with the stun and make something happen, but just gets ulted down by the Lissandra. as he does get that cooldown back, and they will return to the Baron.
Kingzone hold all the cards here. They've got the vision lead, they've got the numbers lead. Rascal's back. How can they do anything here?
Kingzone not willing to give up, as in goes Deft and the rest of his team, getting the back of that pit, as Rascal gonna get low, not able to be taken out here, and actually, Tucson takes it away, probably with his own smite from the unsealed spellbook, but they get the Baron to the side of Kingzone, and Deft might even live. Never
Chase
mind.
him down, but the Baron's gone, Valdez. That's the big point here. Pawn will die slowly in the smite at the last moment. Gets Kingzone a Baron. That looked like Damwon Gaming and set up perfectly for.
It did.
Ends up being all for Rakan as we're fighting again.
Okay, well, this time it is Showmaker all alone. Does he have that Zhonya's? Looks like he does not, as he is going to go down, and uh-oh, everybody's getting caught on the backside, as now Tucson able to tarm 3 members down.
Free hitting.
Cuz also into that back line as they're getting their most of it. The Zhonya's from Deft 2 keeps him alive, and now it's Noguri versus the World, and I believe the World should win this one. He does get a couple of kills, though, somehow, but Deft still remains alive, as does Rascal. Is a one-team fight for Kingzone.
Let's watch this, though, with no gap. It's going to be hard. There it is.
Yeah, trying to get on top of him with that Shuriken, and with the Shroud, that is going to be the end of it, as 1,000 gold goes the way of...
Not 45 minutes yet, so... Well, it's Death Squad time again.
Showmaker, well, he got a Glacial Path, but did not even get close to getting you out of there, and no vision in that left side. He just gets killed once again, and a bit of a mistake, and unfortunately that means he does die for the 4th time.
This is really hammering just the side laners trying to pick up CS everywhere and falling down for it. Now, it stops them from actually getting a game-winning players. Otherwise, Horn's coming, and he's going to make you pay for it.
The poke begins, but here comes Tucson. That's a 4-man charm, but no follow-up does come from the side of Kingzone, trying to knock down Deft, and they do get the Guardian Angel. Canyon nearly gives his life for it, but it's a good life, as now we are going to have Cuz go down with his CA. Here comes Rascal into the back line, does have that Zhonya's. Can he take out Nuclear? That would be the biggest play, but not quite able to, as a couple more kills do go the way of Damwon.
It's a different thing. You can actually bait the Baron because it's Guardian against Rakan, which...
Uh-oh, Nuguri in the front line as Kaisa just gonna rip him to shreds. Oh boy, that last proc there.
And caught in rotation at 40 minutes. A Damwon Gaming story.
Yeah.
They're going to lose Elder for this. It's a 4-stack Elder, including an Inferno, and here's the 4-stack Elder.
Maybe you try to steal it, sacrifice a Canyon, but they're considering going on in, as Canyon not even going to make the play. Tucson thinking about it. They're going for the fight here, straight up against Rascal, as the TP is coming in. Can they get on top of anyone? It looks like Pawn is going to be the sacrifice for that Baron, but a worthy sacrifice indeed.
Probably the champion with members out of position here. You lose the game.
You'll see that Kingzone are going to respect this as well. I mentioned the double GA is down, but now they're going up against Baron minions, so it will be a lot harder to push in. Do Damwon stick around is the question. Looks like yes.
I mean, it's 20 seconds on Pawn. They're seeing what they can get.
Okay, big stun in the back line, but Cuz is just going to disappear, but Deft just chipping away at Hoyt. Now trying to take away Deft.
We run at each other and do a 5v5 man fight, which seems 100% going to happen in this game. Based on how it's played out, who wins? It's tricky. I give no more.
Tucson looking for it on the left side. He's not going to be quite as fast and immediately get kicked away by Canyon. And now Cuz going to get low, but it looks like Hoyt will be the first casualty. Tucson, will he live? The answer is yes, as no, Canyon trying to get on in there, uses his flash, but is gonna miss. As now Cuz is gonna get in, here comes Deft into the back line, can they take him out? The cleanse is there, as he's chipping away the entire health bars of everybody on the side of Damwon. Is gonna push them away as someone have to go home with their tail between their legs. As the chase continues and the snipe comes down from Deft.
It's a celebratory ultimate there from the Scion. Kingzone know they've done enough to win this game.
Looks like they've finally done it here, and they're still down some gold. Maybe after these 2 turrets they can get the lead, but either way, looks like Kingzone will take game number 1 here, in a wild and wacky one to start off the first series of the night.
Fun game 1 between Kingzone and Damwon, but it tells you the story that teams have started to suspect and now put into action. What will they lock in? I think LeBlanc is a perfect choice. in terms of power levels, and I've kind of been expecting this, the fact that you can go LeBlanc
around, but the only camp that's actually yours, Canyon, is the Wolves.
Tracking of Canyon should be pretty extended, but Porno's happy to have his buddy Cuz and an Ocean Drake, the only prize for Damwon Gaming.
And not a great one in this, as it looks like potentially this turret is even going to go down, so a ton of gold should go the way of both Rascal and Cuz in the top side. Rascal is low, but he does have the help of his friend to take this one out. 330 extra gold to Cuz, and now Nuggery.
Speed on the hyperdrive, so easy to crack the turret, but look at this. Damwon Gaming will be able to trade. We've not always seen trades with turret plates, but it's important.
Blood eventually, which by the way has not happened, and it might be now as in goes Tucson, or they're Hoyt right on top of him. As Tucson going to be in a lot of trouble here and will go down, and Showmaker shows up with the double root as Nuggery going 1v2 on the right side is immediately going to be punished, but an extra couple of kills in the mid lane to Damwon mean they win the fight.
Positioning on both sides all over the place. Deft overextended trying to fight with Tucson. He goes down. Damwon, more crucially, they've got the numbers lead. They're pushing through mid lane, and the full health turret, they're taking basically no specks of dust this entire game, is going to get decimated.
Down it will go. Position lost that you're going over, but so far Damwon have been very good in
coming someone, and
how long
he's
has he
got
been
a lot
here?
of damage. He just wants to dunk at Deft.
Oh, Deft, you don't have your flash, so you die.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes. That Jarvan, Cuz is gonna look around the side, but doesn't even land this hook shot. So Nuggery just trying to get as many of the little krugs as he can.
2 points E, and then maxing W second is Nuggery for. And there's a Camille shadowing this. If they get the dive here as well.
Not only Camille, it's also Deft. It's 3-on-1, and this time around, the Jarvan shouldn't look too good as the combo is dodged by Cuz going for the ultimate.
Kingzone just dunked them. That was awesome stuff from Pawn.
And now what happens from here? You were mentioning the Baron speed for Damwon Gaming. They'll pick up a Mountain Drake that's going to be very nice for them, but they got to grab.
Seem ripe to take over this game. Anapo's making mistakes. Is this one of them?
Okay, we're going 1v2. He has his team behind him, but he wasn't expecting Pawn to be there. I would have to give him the benefit of the doubt, but now they are in so much trouble as back he will be knocked as Lysandra, even through the aftershock, is going to go down. It's total decimation to the side of Kingzone. Not even close, as Cuz himself will even live on the backside, and now they will be the team to turn on to Baron.
Well, the mentor was turned off a little bit too long, and it gets capitalized on and feasted on by DragonX. They're going to get a free Baron from this, all because Nuggery wanted to get over that wall, and he wanted to get there fast. Unfortunately, that meant EQ on cooldown. He dies instantly, and so does Baron. 10 times, Damwon held all the cards. We're seeing the 1 out of 10 where Damwon make the big mistakes, Kingzone get the nice capitalization, and Nuggery's watching his inhibitor turret go down, and Damwon, as a squad and in the individuals, I think in all ways, are well off the pace right now, and Kingzone taking the maximum.
You mentioned it before, a bunch of extremely skilled young players that still have to get a little bit more experience,
TP.
I'd say. We'll see if they can make anything happen here as TP's coming in. There's only 2 members of Kingzone here as Cuz is going to get away from it, but can he survive? No, the flash comes forward. And the Camille at least will die, but they're spending so much to just try to kill them, and they're losing the whole map.
Exactly, mid lane, outer turret goes down. The inhibitor is going to go down. It's Jace, by the way, and there's no way you're going to get a double kill bot side when it's LeBlanc Camille. Camille already trolled out of the ultimate there. Cataclysm didn't come too cataclysmically. We need to fully explain this one. Damwon now find themselves 1 mistake away from losing 2-0.
Well, you mentioned creative mistakes. How about trying to get on into a blue buff in Vision as Rascal is going to be finally collapsed upon. Really good about this one. I don't really mind the Ocean Drake. They'll take it, but as you mentioned, Elder will spawn next up as Spooky.
Now, for all our analysis, Zach could take over this game, but he might just straight up die.
Okay, he's going to get the Braum into the back line, but he's super tanky. Palm getting in there as well. Okay, nice amount of damage from Nuggery into the back line, but now Cuz trying to go 1v2 as well. But he has a Guardian Angel, whereas the Jarvan does not. Meanwhile, the Lucian also goes down in the fight. Cuz is able to take him out, and it looks like Kingzone are going to look for that 2-0 victory.
And TP in as well here. Is that Deft? I believe it is. He has to flash already.
Yeah, they're getting on in there, and not much that Canyon and Hoyt can do. Showmaker struggling to get in range even. Finally, they take out the LeBlanc. And have they gone too far? Lots of low health bars on the side of Kingzone, but it does not matter. They're going to be pushing in for the victory as both Nexus turrets do go down. They're still trying to kill Deft. Can they even do that, Damwon? The answer's going to be no, as Kingzone win the match 2-0.
An epically frustrating game for Damwon Gaming, and how did it start? But the trickery of Pawn on the LeBlanc. He bought so much time, and from there, the ability to reset your mental after a moment like that is not trivial, and it's to one of our new teams with those hotshot solo queue players. From there, everything was from there. It won't be shown in the gold graph, but that was the moment where they got under the skin of Damwon Gaming as a 5, because it was a 5-man collapse. Credit to Pawn, it was the greatest illustration of the point I was making. When Pawn can be all you can focus on in the early to mid game, he's so often been surrounded by chargers who can take it over in the late. And on a macro side, they kind of put Damwon on the hamster wheel, even though it seemed like this would be the game where after a solid early game, Damwon would force us into a game number 3.
Yeah, I mean, everything was looking fantastic when you have your Jarvan that, you know, just won a big trade up against Jace in the top.
네, 승리 정말 축하드립니다. 특히 데프트 선수는 알파카의 너구리, LCK 대표 진승남들의 대결에서 승리를 했습니다. 오늘 소감 어떠신가요?
It was Alpaca versus Nuguri Raccoon. How was today's match?
좀 저희가 자신
Game
있는
1,
조합이었었는데 좀
we actually went with the composition that we're confident with, but our performance wasn't really clean.
좋진 않았었는데
So I was a bit unhappy.
되게 어려운
But
조합을
game 2, we tried some more like a complicated composition, but the game went smoother than we thought. So I'm satisfied with that game 2.
보여주셨고요. 커즈 선수는 소감 어떠신가요?
What about you, Cuz? How was today's series?
석기 형 말대로 조금
Just like Devs just mentioned, game was a bit tough,
역전해서 이겨서
and we turned the game around.
분위기도 더 좋고 좋은
So we
기분이었고
were actually
그거
feeling okay,
기세를 이어서
and
이제
we had the good
2세트까지
momentum on our hand. So we were able to take down game 2
잘할 수
with better
있고
performance and
좋았던
better
것 같아요.
concentration.
네, 이렇게 말씀하셨듯이 역전이 가능한 것이 또 킹존의 힘이죠. 특히 첫 번째 경기에서
Game 1.
글로벌 골드가 뒤쳐졌는데도 불구하고
You guys actually
승리를
won the game,
따냈습니다.
losing
언제 승리를
in gold.
확신하셨나요?
이제 아무래도 이제 투신 선수가
When
아칸으로
Tusin
이제 바론을
stole the Baron with
빼앗아서
Rakan,
이제 상대방
I think
팀이
we've
게임을 끝낼 수
got
없이
some kind of
시간이
momentum
생겨서
there, and Damwon wasn't able to close out the game.
타이밍만
So
계속
I think
더한다면
that was the
이길 수 있다고.
moment that we got
네,
the
그때
game in
투신
our hand.
선수가 내가 희생했다 뭐 하면서 어떤
Did
툴이
Tusin say
있었나요?
anything about it?
일단 그때 상황이 저희가 좀 불리했어서 일단 빨리
We
도망가라고
were losing at
했던
that
것 같아요.
moment, so he told us to
네,
just
그
back off.
이후에 이제 바텀에서 에이스까지 나오면서 경기가 뒤집혔는데요.
Well,
이때
after that, you guys
투신
aced
선수의
out all the
활약이
Damwon players,
보였습니다.
and you're able
좀
to
무리하는
close
거
out the
아닌가 이런
game.
생각은 안 하셨어요?
일단 저 바론을 저희가
Well,
못하면은 거의
we
이제
really had to stop their
역전하기
Baron
힘들다고
because we
생각을
knew
해서
that it was going to be super hard to turn the game around if they get the Baron. So
네, 맞습니다.
it was really
자,
happy that it
오늘도
turned out to
카이사
be that
엔딩이었습니다.
lucky.
데프트 엔딩 어떠셨나요? 본인
There was
카이사
another
잘 맞는다고
Kaisa
생각하세요?
ending. You were the one closing out the game.
다들 카이사를 잘 하셔서 뭐
Everyone
딱히
is
제가 더
actually
잘한다고
good at
생각하지
Kaisa, so
않고
I'm not really that
그냥-
like feeling
그냥
I'm the super
잘하는
great Kaisa player. I'm
네,
just like a
하지만
normal Kaisa
엄청난 장면이
player.
있었습니다. 저희 장면 보면서 얘기를 나눌
But there
텐데요.
was this outplay over here.
상대를
You used your
잡아내는
TP
슈퍼 플레이가 있었습니다.
and you landed your W to
네.
finish that listen
잘
over
돼서
there.
다행이긴 한데 원래는 이제
I mean, I was really
제
lucky,
패만
and
보이는 상황이었는데
if I couldn't,
어떻게
if I wasn't able to take him down, that could have been waste of my
정조준을
TP. So I was a
하신
bit
거예요?
lucky.
우연히 맞은 건가요?
Was that a luck, or did you aim for it?
조준하고 냈었죠.
Well, I did aim, but still I was
제가
a
좀
bit
질문을
lucky.
잘못했을 것 같습니다. 네. 조준을 잘 하셨고 또 그게 리신의 킬까지 이어졌습니다. 자, 라칸이 이제
라칸,
투신 선수가
투신.
너프가 되고 나서 처음 꺼냈단
people were
말이에요.
actually saying that-
오해였거든요. 어떤 얘기를
Well, there were a
나누셨나요?
lot of negative thoughts about Rakan after the patch.
뭐 너프가 되든 안 되든 일단 챔피언
Well,
특성이
Rakan
바뀐 건
itself,
아니어서
the champion didn't change much.
잘하고
It is
좋아하는
indeed
픽이어서
nerfed, but
조합에
it is
따라서
one of Tusin's favorite
계속
picks. So I think we will
네,
keep
알겠습니다.
going
자,
with
2세트 얘기
Rakan.
나눠보겠습니다. 커즈 선수 오늘 첫
And cuz
MVP입니다.
let's talk about game
많이
2.
떨리진
This is your
않으세요?
first MVP interview. Are you nervous?
조금 떨리긴 한데
A little bit,
그래도 MVP 받아서
but
기분 되게 좋아요.
I'm really happy that I got the
또
MVP.
1세트 잭스도 정말 잘한 것 같은데
And I think I really did really
혁경이
well on
되는 게
Jax
좀
on game 1.
아쉽네요.
So I'm really sad that Deft got the MVP for
네,
game 1.
알겠습니다. 자, 두 번째 경기에서 4버프 컨트롤을 하고 또 정글 목까지
Yes, so
독식을
you
했어요.
had
상대를
4 buffs on your
말려주기겠다,
side,
이런
then
각오가
you were
있으셨던
counter
것
jungling
같거든요.
so hard.
자크가 아무래도 처음에 정말 약한 챔프고
Zac is really weak in the early stage of game.
저희 팀이 또 편하게 할
So
수 있고
whenever we had the vision on his side,
더 적극적으로
it's really easy for me to
가져가려 했던 것
play
같아요.
to counter gank or counter jungle and move a lot of gank in the lane.
그때는 어떤 준비가 되어
And Noguri went with top J4. Are you ready for
처음에는
that?
보고 살짝 놀랐는데
No, we were actually
자르반이
surprised
아무래도
and frustrated when we
아프리카
first saw
팀에서
J4 on the top lane, but
서서 되게 나쁘지 않은
well,
픽이고
we did see
옛날에
Jarvan
이제
coming
저희도
out from
자르반을
Africa
제이스 상대로 많이
Freaks,
썼-
and we all have a lot of experience with J4 versus
조금
J4 versus J's top
상대하기
matchups,
좀더
so
쉬웠던
it
것
wasn't really hard. It was
네,
actually
자신감
easy to
있었던
play
커즈
against it.
선수였습니다. 탑에서 폰쇼가 나왔습니다. 정말 세 명의
And there
상대를
was this
데리고
pawn
시종일관
showtime
도망다니는
on top
모습이었는데
lane.
결국 살아간 게 대단했어요. 지금 장면이 준비되어 있으면 함께
Let's
보면서
go to the
얘기할 텐데
highlight clip
폰
first.
선수가 그때 어떤 얘기하셨나요?
What did Pawn say at that moment?
혁경이 아니 원석이 형이
Well,
이제
Pawn said
처음에는
at first,
그냥 죽을 것 같다 하면서
I think I'm gonna die here.
간다 얘기하고
So
저희는
I'll
그냥
do my best to
최대한
run away.
무슨 이득 볼 수 있는 거
So all the other
최대한
players were trying to get
기다려
some
본다든지
objectives or
그거를
get the visions or
가능한다든지
counter jungle
그런
over
얘기가
there.
나왔어요. 그냥 계속 도망간다 하는데
He was just saying, I'm just running away, running away.
종욱이 형이 와
But we didn't
진짜 잘
know he was
도망갔네 하면서
this good at
되게
escaping. So we were kind of amazed
네,
by
정말
his play over
엄청난
there.
폰 선수의 플레이였습니다. 그리고 마지막 장면 커즈 선수의
And in the end,
4대1 그리고
you went
한 명을
in
킬하고 또
4v1
승리까지 정말 대단했습니다.
in the
어떻게
very
그
last team
자리에서
fight.
오래 버틸 수 있었나요?
How are you able to manage to
아무래도
survive so long?
챔피언 패시브랑
Well, I have the Camille passive and
도
ult,
있었고
and I also had
제가
GA,
있고
and I also
또
had
이제
Flash,
강인함 특성이랑 헤르메스 신발을
and I have
신어서
the Hermes
되게
boots and
수시로
all the other
적혀가지고
runes that
힘도
fits me so
좀
well.
되면서
So I had
되게
a lot of CCs, but at the same
챔피언이
time,
되었던
I was really tanky.
네, 결국 여기서 커즈 선수가 해줬던 역할 때문에 경기가 완전히 끝나게
You were the
됐습니다.
key player that
커즈 선수는
closed
그때
out the
무슨
game
말
at that
해주신 적
moment.
있나요?
What did you say, Def, to cause at that moment?
팀 왜 이렇게 잘하냐고 했던 것 같아요.
I think I said,
네,
why are
서로
you guys so
칭찬도
good?
잘하는 킹전이었습니다. 자, 다음 경기는 젠지입니다.
So your next
각오 한
opponent
말씀
will be
들어볼게요,
Genji.
데프트 선수.
네, 이제 젠지전 끝나고 이제 설 연휴가
Well,
있는데
after the Genji series, we're gonna have a long holiday, so
이길 수 있도록
I wanna enjoy my vacation, so I'm gonna make sure to
어,
win
저도
that
이제
game.
젠지전 끝나고
Yeah,
설
after
연휴가
the
있어서 되게
Genji
열심히
series, we're gonna have a
더
long
열심히 할
vacation,
것
so
같고
I think I'm gonna
이제
be extra trying hard
응원해주시는
at that
분들
series,
감사합니다.
and I wanna thank all the fans that have been supporting
감사합니다.
us.
커즈 선수가 특별히 좀 부끄러워하시는 것 같아서 다음에 또 이 자리에서 뵐 수
So
있었으면
this will be the end
좋겠습니다.
of the
인터뷰
interview of
감사드리고요.
Deft
저희
and Cuz from
안녕하면서
Kingdom
마칠게요.
DragonX, and I'm
여러분
gonna pass it back to our
감사합니다.
casters. Thank you.
안녕.
Thank you, Ji-Sun, for that trans.
Let it go, make my body go. Make our bodies high.